Fair warning, Avengers Endgame spoilers ahead.
Don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end.
Much to fans' dismay, Avengers Endgame did not feature end credits, yet did leave us with one audio Easter egg, which, in this video, I will attempt to explain.
When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
Before we jump into the video, the April giveaway is this electronic infinity gauntlet. To enter is simple. 1, like the video. 2, subscribe and hit the bell notification. 3, and hey, please consider taking a moment to check out my gaming challenges and game theory channels, which will be covering everything Star Wars The Fallen Order, and are linked in the description below.
I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
First off, why wasn't there end credits? Well, it's said as a massive conclusion to all of the films, Endgame was best to leave on its own note versus pay it forward to the next film. Although technically Spider-Man Far From Home is the final film in Marvel's Phase 3, it makes sense that they held off and instead let you bask in all that has been accomplished in 10 years in the MCU.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?
What we got instead, as fans had picked up, is a sound being played which is very reminiscent of Tony Stark hammering away at his original suit in the cave all those years ago, as if to remember where it all began with the Mark I and then looking to where it has ended. However, Marvel are also known to seed future ideas wherever they can, which begs the question, was there a secret meaning of the sound played, or was it just a heartfelt send-off to the Iron Man? A handful of theories from fans are as follows. 1, it could be a nod to Doctor Doom creating his suit in the upcoming Fantastic Four reboot, and Doctor Doom coming to the MCU, but that seems really obscure. 2, someone said that they thought it could be Wolverine, again because of the Fox acquisition, but I personally do not see it as flaws per se. They are very distinct on their own.
You're right in there.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The third, and most likely, is with Tony gone, it's either a nod to his first creation of the Iron Man suit in 2008, or an unseen passing of the torch. Who next then could create Iron Man armor? Well, consider the following.
Jarvis, you there?
At your service, sir.
There have been multiple heroes who have donned the suits in the MCU, with Pepper Potts recently in the rescue suit to the War Machine in Iron Man 2. But both of those options really make sense.
Get out.
The next is, of course, Morgan Stark, unquestionably too young at this stage, but it is possible as we've seen her wear the mask. It may happen in some form or in the future, although if it were true, why wouldn't she use advanced tech or borrow her mother's rescue suit as we've seen her do? The last and most viable option is the kid from Iron Man 3, aka Harley Keener. We know that he had a very specific cameo in the film, even showing up at Tony's funeral.
Don't move.
You got me.
That and on Earth SDO-1 was handed the Mark 42 armor to take care of by Tony Stark, although Keener would eventually make his own armor in the comics, making his own armor being a sound that we heard in the only audible post-credit scene, possibly setting up his entry into the Young Avengers. Now, I will be talking a lot about the Young Avengers in the coming weeks, as there are a handful of characters who are of right age and could possibly make up the team. Either way, I don't envy the man, woman, or child who has to fill the Iron Man's very large, very fresh shoes, as there will only ever be, in my mind, one Tony Stark. But by all means, let me know what you thought of the sound in the comments below.